Hello friends, welcome back to my channel again after a long time. I was deeply considering to issue this video because to post this video, sorry, because uh, I would like to show you how it looks in real life. Some stage of the flight, and it is the landing roll, it is the after landing procedure, shutdown procedure, and securing the airplane. It is all in one, so you can scroll the video whatever you like. If you would like to know about the after landing procedure, you can scroll to after landing procedure. If you would like to see the secure procedure, you may scroll to the secure procedure. But anyway, first of all, we have to realize that yeah, most of you have the patience and play the game, and some of you would like to become the professional pilots, and for those of you, the Boeing 737 is multi-crew cooperating, so you have to be certified to fly this airplane, and you have to know your standard operating procedures, and it differs from company, but it rises up from Flight Crew Operation Manual Volume 1, but it may differs, as I said before, from company to company. And I will stop the video in some parts, and I will show you what is, according to my opinion, the best procedure for the MCC or share cockpit flying, if you would like to do so. So we are currently at Prague. I will choose Explain 11 because I can simply pause the simulator and tell you something more about a particular part which I would like to talk about. So we are on the base leg on runway 24. The wind is blowing 120, approximately 5 knots. So in this case, will be a little bit unstable on the approach, but anyway, I checked it before, and there is a big discrepancy between glide slope, pointer right over here, puppy, and GPW as a warning as well. So I don't know if it is a scenery problem or whatever, but this is not the purpose of this video, so we can easily skip it. Okay. So now we can start our base leg. Sorry, previously I was on downwind position. So we are fully prepared for the landing. Course is 240, 240. What next? Auto brake we have set. FMC is set. As you can see, the flaps are set. Minimums are set. QNH 1013 is set today exactly, so it's perfect, and that's all we need to have. So we may start to decelerate. Okay, we have localizer captured, armed approach mode, set the missed approach heading. We will see if we overshoot the localizer. It looks quite okay. We have 2.5 miles, so flaps 5. Okay, glide slope is alive. And now what is important during the landing roll? The pilot flying and pilot monitoring should be either captain, either first officer. Okay. So within landing roll, the very important and very crucial thing is speed brakes. That you have speed brakes operative. If you have speed brakes not operative, landing distance available increases according to your QRH, because your reaction time it's much higher, okay, and the speed brakes are significantly reducing your drag, your lift, and increasing your drag, okay. So this is incorporated as the first factor in factored landing distance. If you don't know what is it, I have the videos, so check my educational part. Yeah, gear down, flaps 15.
2500.
Okay, now I'll stop it. Now what is crucial for MCC? The crucial for MCC is or let's say most of you have you know what is the proper landing technique. If you don't know, if the flight crew training manual you have on internet, so you can easily check it by, but the standard operational procedures are here. For example, we should have the failure of the automatic speed brakes deployment, for example, when we touch down. So that's why we have, for example, callouts: speed brakes do not arm, auto brake disarm, okay, reverser normal. Hey, these are the callouts when something goes wrong in order to make a quick reaction. So this regarding to the landing roll. And once you touch down with the main wheel gear, you put the thrust levers into inner lock position. That means that you unlock the thrust lever doors and open them, but they are producing only the drag. They are not producing the power. As soon as the main wheel touch down the runway surface, the nose wheel touch down the surface of the runway, we can deploy the thrust reversers. This is the proper technique. But the first of all, we are realizing the speed brakes. Okay, in a 60 knots, we are closing the thrust reverse and transferring control to the captain, and the captain will be then pilot flying, because in most of the companies the captain is pilot flying on the ground. Okay, so here we can go flap 30, we can go directly 145 speed. Okay, engine start switches, continuous speed brakes, arm, landing gear down, flap 30, green light, landing checklist is completed, and we can go for landing. Here's the projection we have, this we have, and as I said before, I will make it step by step, so I will pause the simulator and tell you why I am doing this procedure, and why I consider the procedure I am doing it's not the crucial, but it's important. Some parts of the procedures are crucial because otherwise the airplane will, if you broke the SOPs, sometimes the airplane must go to the maintenance check. Okay. Okay, so I will disengage the autopilot, deselect speed method.
Approaching minimums. 100.
Minimum's landing.
50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
Okay, now I will pause it, and now the call out, if the if the speed brakes do not deploy, the call out should be speed brakes not up. So that's the pilot flying, it should be captain, it should be first officer, automatically must deploy the speed brakes. Okay. As well, if we have the light on auto brake, the call out should be auto brake disarm, and we have to start the braking manually. And in such an airport as Prague with a long runway, 3000 meters approximately, it's more or less okay, but on short runway, these items are crucial. And regarding to reverser system, it's not so crucial, but reversers are very crucial on contaminated runways, because it significantly reduces your landing distance required. Okay. So I press the brakes, so auto brake disarm, but it's normal condition. I will not use the thrust reverse. We are using the first taxiway, so 60 knots. We are transferring the controls to captain, and the first of all, this is the rapid exit way. I don't know if this is for 30 or 60 knots. I don't know. I'm not aware of this fact. But anyway, and the first things, the captain will stow the speed brakes. Okay. And once we are beyond the holding point, we can tell to the ground that the runway is vacated. Okay. Sometimes on some airports in real life, yeah, air traffic controllers, if they see that airplane is few meters behind the runway on the taxiway, they get a taxi clearance, but this is not the correct procedure, and if something happens, they might be in serious trouble. Anyway, once you are beyond the holding point and the runway is vacated, the captain should stop the flight time. Flight time is the time from takeoff roll to position when the runway is vacated. Okay, it's written in journey tail log. And then ensure the speed brakes are stowed. The first officer duty is to put the transponder to squawk mode Charlie or S mode. And why? Boeing 737 is smart machine. It knows that you are on the ground because you have air ground sensors. Watch my videos about the PSIU light. It knows that he is on the ground and everything is okay. But sometimes in some situation it might happen that something breaks with dual channel system, and you are in TARA and you are not sensing the ground, and the airplane, which is, for example, if the runway was changed for example 06 from this side, the another airplane a signal to perform the resolution advisory and make a go around. So it's just to ensure that everything is okay. So put it from TARA to squawk mode Charlie or S mode, depends on transponder you have. And the next procedure is to configure the light system. That means that put the taxi light and strobe lights to steady. And now we ask for taxi clearance. Once we have the taxi clearance, we are performing the after landing procedure. After landing procedure is really simple for the captain because the captain is fully concentrated on taxi, and it just if he was the pilot flying, he put the weather radar to off position and traffic to off. Okay. The first officer duty, it's quite a little bit complicated, but it's nothing special. He put the probe heat switch to off position, start switches to off position. He put the terrain to off, traffic as well. Auto brake to off position. Close the thrust levers, ensure the speed brakes are stowed. put the stabilizer trim to 5 unit, and basically that's it. And now why I am doing this one, okay, why I not leave like this. You can do it without any further problems. It's up to you completely. It's your procedures, it's your standard operating procedures. I'm not doing it because I prefer clean cockpit configuration. That means that, for example, most of you are flying like this one, okay? Why you have the VOR here on navigation display when you are not using them? It makes no sense. If I am using VOR number 1 and it's crucial for me, so it should be appears here. If no, so I will leave it off. And now few facts about taxiing the airplane. And the first of all, no matter if you are crossing the runway or taxiway, always the callouts are left side clear and right side is clear. Okay? When you are crossing the active runway, as we are going to do so, I guess it is runway 1230, okay? No matter if it is active runway or it is not active runway, we should put the strobe lights into on position, okay? And now, if we are not using thrust reverse and we have, for example, a long taxiway, we can start the APU and switch the engine number 2 for single engine taxi out procedure. So I will start the APU. Again, starting the APU on the airport is strictly adhere to our Jeppesen charts and general part if you are allowed to do so, or if you are not allowed to do so. If you are not allowed to do so, I will tell you later on how it looks like. So, left side clear, right side clear, crossing the runway, the active runway. And again, taxi. Yes, you may taxi behind the speed 30 knots, but you have to use only rudder pedals because you can damage your nose wheel steering, okay? If you're on the apron, speed is limited to taxi to 20 knots approximately. So, leaving active runway. Okay, APU is available, so we can put APU on bus. So once again, if you would like to taxi with single engine, APU, engine number 2 may be switched off, but you have to be aware of the fact that the thrust reverse shouldn't be used more than 50%, okay? All these facts I am telling you, it's from flight crew operation manuals, limitations, airplane flight manual, and so on. And these manuals are alpha omega for each pilot because you can have the fleet with the different type of the airplanes, and you always have to check on the pre-flight briefing which registration number of your airplane is and what is the specification of the airplane. Okay, so we can pick up, for example, stand number 20, and I will stop the airplane once again. Okay. In real life, you may only enter the apron when the visual locking system or similar system it's operative and correct airplane type. It's depicted right over there. If there are no visual locking system, you always have the marshaller marshaller on place. Otherwise, you are not allowed to enter the apron. Before you are entering the apron, I will suggest you, if you have the weather radar, please switch off the weather radar, okay? And the next thing is you are switching all the lights, runway turn off and taxi lights to off position in order not to shine the personnel. They are really very angry of this situation because they are blind, and this is not good situation. Okay, so now we are on the apron. So parking brake set. Before you set the parking brake, always ensure that you have brake pressure in green band, okay? Otherwise, it might happen that you will hit the terminal, okay? Now, what is the correct shutdown procedure? The correct shutdown procedure is we are on the APU. As you can see, APU is on bus, everything is okay, so we can shut down the engines like this one, and basically that's it. The captain procedure is to put the flight director switches to off position, and now it's one crucial thing, and this thing is to put the speed window into 100. It's because if you are making turnaround and you put the V speeds, you may forget to put the takeoff safety speed, correct takeoff safety speed right over here, and on the departure you have the landing speed here, and this is what we would like to avoid, okay? The first officer has to stop the block time. The block time is measured from the either first start of the engine or start the pushback until the engines are shut down. Okay, then release the passengers, so fasten belts to off position. When the N1 is below 10%, anti-collision lights off, fuel pumps off. If you plan to do the turnaround, you can leave one pump for extended life of the APU. Electric hydraulic pump switches to off position, and now if we are allowed to use the APU for the fresh air, or its hot temperature or cold temperature, we use the APU, and the correct configuration for next generation Boeing 737, it's like this one. So APU on bleed, PEX on auto, and isolation valve in open position. Okay, and now we are going into overhead panel, switch off the IRSs, go down and put the transponder to standby and 2000 squawk mode, and that's it. If you're planning to do the turnaround, set the IRSs once this disappeared again into back into now position and to align. So this is the shutdown procedure. If you are not using the APU and you are using the GPU, so if you are entering the gate, only shut down the engine number 2 and wait for ground personnel to connect the GPU, because all the equipment which is related to some non-standard conditions, for example engine cross bleed or something like that, are connected from the right side. So make it like this one. As you can see from below, it's from the right side, and once the GPU is available with a good quality, you can connect the GPU. Okay, and once you get a clearance, the sign that chokes are on, you may release the parking brakes, and that's it. But remember, parking brake should be always on when you are performing walk around, because you can see the brake pin, if it is in good condition, or if it is not visible, that means that your brakes are weird and you have to replace it. This was the shutdown procedure, and now when the cabin crew is fully completed, that means that there are no passengers on board and the security checklist is completed. That means that everything is stowed, everything is prepared, everything is checked with the bins, no bomb threat, for example. It's we may perform the secure procedure, and secure procedure, it's with the ground power is really simple. With the APU it's a little bit complicated, but it's not so complicated. So IRS is into off position, cabin utility power off position, and now what is crucial, emergency exit light to off position, otherwise you discharge the battery. Okay, window heat to off position, we can switch off the APU bleed, PEX to off position, and basically that's it. And now you can switch off the APU, but remember, when you switch off the APU, the APU has the shutdown cycle. Shutdown cycle means that it has self-cooling 1 minute period and another 20 or 40 seconds for APU inlet door to be closed. So start chrono and wait at least we are doing 2 minutes because it's a reasonable number. Okay, so imagine that this minutes passed, so APU switch is off, APU inlet door it's closed, so we can switch off the battery, and now we can leave the airplane. So I hope you liked the video. Sorry for my English, but I didn't speak English for half year, so that's it, and I hope you like it. And if you have any questions, any comments, feel free to ask, and I hope you like this video, and see you next time soon. Have a nice flights. Bye bye.